Today I am going to speaking about monostable multivibrator circuit. Already we know that in monostable multivibrator circuit, one output state is stable state and another output state is semi-stable state. Semi-stable state or quasi-stable state or otherwise temporary states. These are the other names for semi-stable state or quasi-stable or temporary state. Coming to the circuit diagram here. This is the circuit diagram for monostable multivibrator circuit. Here also two transistor, T2 transistor and T1 transistor. Here coupling is used here. T2 transistor output is connected to the base of T1 transistor through resistors. So this is the resistive coupling network. Whereas here T1 transistor output collector node is connected to the base of T2 transistor through capacitive coupling. So here the coupling is resistive and capacitive coupling. Resistive and capacitive coupling is used. Whereas in bistable multivibrator, both are resistive coupling only. Here coming to the monostable multivibrator, one is resistive coupling and another one is capacitive coupling. Coming to the circuit operation, whenever we switch on the circuit, here there is no confusion here, whereas in bistable multivibrator it is very difficult to say that which transistor enter into on. But coming to monostable multivibrator circuit, observe here the circuit architecture. R2 and minus VBB connected to the base of T1 transistor only, not in T2 transistor. Based on this minus VBB here, whenever you switch on the circuit, initially T2 enter into on. T2 enter into on, T1 enter into off. This is the stable state of the monostable multivibrator circuit. Stable state. Stable state means we have to tell the status of both transistors. T2 transistor on, T1 transistor off. This is the stable state. Whenever we switch on the circuit, there is no confusion here. T2 transistor enter into on, T1 transistor enter into off. This is the stable state of the monostable multivibrator circuit. Already you know that to change the stable state of the circuit, we require some triggering signal. By using triggering signal, we can change one stable state into another state. Okay. Here we have to apply some triggering arrangements here. In monostable multivibrator, only one state is the stable. That's why we use only unsymmetrical triggering. Unsymmetrical triggering same as already we discussed in bistable multivibrator circuit. Triggering source. Triggering source consists of capacitor network C dash and R dash and one diode D1. Here the voltage VC1. Here the voltage VC2. Whenever you have the T2 on, its voltage 0.3, VC saturation, its voltage T2 on 0.7 and its voltage VC1 VCC. Observe here the voltage levels. Before applying the triggering signal, T2 on, its base voltage 0.7 volt. Similarly, its collector voltage VC saturation 0.3 volts. And coming to T1 off, its base voltage somewhat negative voltage and collector voltage VC1 is equal to VCC. Coming to the waveforms, we are interested only in base waveforms. Why? Because base waveforms are important in monostable. VB2 is on, T2 is equal to 1, its base voltage is VBE saturation, that is 0.7 volt. VBE saturation. Similarly, VB1, T1 transistor off, its base voltage less than G. At T is equal to T1, we apply some triggering pulse. Negative going triggering. At T is equal to T1, we apply some negative going trigger. Okay, before that also the capacitor voltage, suppose VCC 10 volts. Here the capacitor voltage, here 10, here it is a 0.7. Then voltage across capacitor VC is equal to 9.3 volts. Okay. Now apply triggering signal. For positive going triggering signal, diode D1 off. There is no change in the state of the multivibrator. Stable state only, T2 on, T1 off. Then coming to the negative going trigger. These two are RC high pass circuit. Here the waveform is spikes with twice the amplitude of the triggering source. For negative going, diode D1 on. Large negative voltage is applied to the base of T2 transistor. Immediately T2 enter into off. Large negative voltage applied to the base of T2 transistor. Observe here, this is a sudden change. For sudden change, capacitor act as a short circuit. That's why same voltage appear at the base of the T2 transistor. T2 immediately enter into off. Whenever T2 off, its collector voltage immediately rises to VCC. This raised voltage is applied to the base of T1 transistor. T1 enter into on. Now the status is T2 off, T1 on. This is the temporary state or semi-stable state. This is the temporary state or semi-stable state. Already we know that we did not require any triggering signal to change the temporary state. Depending upon the circuit time constant, the circuit itself changes the state. Okay, now observe the capacitor analysis here. Now here the T1 transistor on. Previously voltage across capacitor is 9.3 volts. Okay, now we have to draw this one. T1 enter into on. Its base voltage 0.7 volt. Now at T equal to T1, VB2 decreases, capacitor short circuit, same change, VCE, VCC minus VCE set. Okay. Previously, here the collector voltage is VCC. Whenever T1 enter into on, this VC1 changes to VCE saturation. Sudden change. For sudden change, capacitor short circuit, same change appear at the base of the Q2, that is T2 transistor. Now observe capacitor. Here the capacitor voltage previously 9.3 volts. T2 transistor off, T1 transistor on. This is temporary state. Now capacitor try to discharge. This is the part. Now capacitor try to discharge through transistor T1. Discharge. Now capacitor C slowly discharge through T1 transistor. Okay. Here the capacitor voltage towards 0 axis, that is the discharge. Whenever it completely discharges 0 voltage, observe the capacitor polarities here. 9.3 volt completely discharged. Now the capacitor charges with reverse polarity. Previously this is plus, this is minus. Now capacitor charges with reverse polarity. This is the plus sign, this is minus sign. Slowly charges with reverse polarity. Whenever it will reaches to some V gamma, is the V gamma. There is some sharp spike. Now the capacitor charges with the opposite polarity. This is plus symbol, this is minus symbol. This plus symbol is directly connected to the base of T2 transistor. As capacitor charges means VB2 also rises. Whenever the VB2 just cross the cut-in voltage, then immediately T2 transistor enter into on. Whenever T2 transistor enter into on, immediately T2 transistor on, its collector voltage again come down to VC saturation. This VC saturation 0.3 volts, not enough to drive the T1 transistor. Immediately T1 transistor enter into off. Now the status is T2 transistor on, T1 transistor off. Here T1 off. Here T2 off. Here T2 off. That means depending upon this time interval, this is the time constant. So this is the time delay. Now this is the time constant of right. Depending upon this time interval in the circuit, that depends upon RC element in the circuit. As the capacitor slowly discharges and charges with reverse polarity, when it reaches the cut-in voltage, immediately T2 transistor enter into on, and its collector voltage VC saturation not enough to drive T1, T1 enter into off. That means after T time, after capital T time interval, the circuit itself changes the state from T2 off to on, T1 on to off. So again it comes back to its original state, T2 on, T1 off. Again this is the stable state. Stable state. That is the operation of monostable multivibrator circuit. Here once again here operation is in monostable multivibrator circuit. Whenever you switch on the circuit, T2 enter into on, T1 enter into off. This state is called the stable state of the monostable multivibrator circuit. Suppose if you want to change the stable state, we require some triggering signal. Here only one state is the stable, that's why we prefer unsymmetrical triggering. This triggering arrangement is unsymmetrical triggering. Unsymmetrical triggering. Observe here waveforms. In stable state T2 on, its base voltage VB2 0.7, VB1 somewhat negative, voltage less than 0. Now apply some triggering signal. For positive going triggering signal, there is no change in the state of the multivibrator. previous state T2 on, T1 off. For negative going triggering signal, diode D1 on. Immediately this large negative voltage applied base of T2 transistor. For sudden change, capacitor short circuit. Whatever may be the change, same change appear at the base of Q2 transistor. Right. Now immediately what happen means, here base is negative. Immediately T2 transistor enter into off. When T2 off, its collector rises. It is enough to drive T1 enter into on. Its collector voltage suddenly come down to VCC to VCE saturation. This is the VCC minus VCE saturation. Same change appear at the base. Why this large negative means? For sudden change capacitor short circuit. Previously T1 off, its collector voltage VCC. Now T1 on means its collector voltage changes to VCE saturation. That's it. Now the multivibrator enter into semi-stable state. T2 off, T1 on. Now observe the capacitor functionality. Now capacitor slowly discharges. Previously it is 9.3 volts. Slowly discharges 0. Now capacitor charges with reverse polarity. This is discharging, now it is charging with opposite polarity. This is plus and this is minus. Whenever the capacitor voltage reaches the cut-in voltage of T2 transistor, immediately T2 enter into on. Whenever T2 enter into on, its collector voltage drops to VCE saturation, that is 0.3 volt. This 0.3 volt not enough to drive T1 into on. T1 goes to off. Whenever T1 goes to off, its collector voltage rises to 0.32 VCC. These are the waveforms. And other names for monostable multivibrator. Here this is the one-shot multivibrator. Multivibrator also called multi. One shot, only a single stable state, that way one-shot multivibrator. It is a rectangular wave generator. Whenever we observe the collector waveforms, then it will give some rectangular shape, rectangular wave. Gating circuit. This time period, some application, this time period is used for gate pulse, so that it is a gating circuit or delay circuit or univibrator circuit. Okay, not bistable. Here it is a univibrator, only single stable state, that's why it is called the univibrator circuit. These are the collector waveforms. VB2 on, its collector voltage, this is VC2, 0.3 volt. Then at T1, this is T2 on. When during T2 off, its collector voltage VCC. Then after capital T time interval, again it comes back to 0.3. Here T2 off, T2 on. Similarly, VC1, initially T1 off, its collector voltage VCC, T1 off, then at T1 time enter into on, 0.3 volt, T1 on, and after capital T time interval, again it will goes to T1. This is the stable, this up to this 0 to T1 stable state. semi-stable interval is capital T. Capital T is, we can take some T2 minus T1. Here it is a T2, here it is a T2. And capital T is equal to T2 minus T2. After capital T time interval, again it will come back to its original stable state. These are the waveforms of monostable multivibrator circuit. Here triggering signal is applied at T is equal to T1. At T is equal to T2, there is no triggering signal. We are not applied any triggering signal. Depending upon the circuit time constant, the circuit itself changes the state. Again, mainly concentrate on VB2 waveform especially, because so many applications based on VB2 waveform only. Initially T2 transistor on, its base voltage is 0.7. Whenever we apply negative triggering pulse, T2 transistor enter into off. Whenever T2 off, its collector voltage rises. This raised voltage enough to drive T1 enter into on. Whenever T1 enter into on, its collector voltage suddenly drops to VCC to VCE saturation. Observe here, this is the VC1. At T1, its collector voltage suddenly drops to VCC to VCE saturation. Same drop appear at the base of T2 transistor. For sudden changes, capacitor short circuit. Same change. VCC minus VCE saturation. Then after that, here it is a large negative voltage. Now the capacitor, previously it is 9.3. If VCC is 10, slowly discharges. When it reaches to 0, then again with opposite polarity capacitor charges. Plus terminal is connected to the base of T2 transistor. Then once the base voltage reaches to cut-in voltage, Q2 enter into on. Here it is the delta. This delta is called overshoot. This is occurred due to oversaturation of T2. Oversaturation of T2 transistor. And here the discharging time period tau, it's mainly depends upon the RC time constant. Okay, neglect the T1 transistor internal resistance. It mainly depends upon the RC. Tau is equal to RC time constant. And we have to prove that again tau is equal to 0.69 RC. It mainly depends upon resistor and capacitor values. This is the monostable multivibrator circuit. Thank you.